loving music, okay? We weren't born DJs. So when you became a DJ, what was like the one genre of music that you had to learn to like? For me, I know what mine is, but what was your genre that you like, listen, I hate it, but if I want to make money, I gotta like it?
So I'll take this one first. It was definitely country music.
Preach!
My company is based out of the DC market. There's a lot of country couples in the DC market. And, it was something that I had to learn. It took me about a year. I actually found a DJ that did country music. He did country line dances like every Thursday. And I would just go to the club with him. I'd buy him a couple of drinks or some orange juice. And I would just hang out with him for 4 hours as he played music. And, I would just take notes to see what the crowd was reacting to. And so from doing that, I got really, really familiar with the different country style of music, and now I can rock a country wedding, no problem.
Actually, if I may piggyback on that, because I would say that too, because for me, as a pianist first, if anyone knows Yanni in the room, and I do actually love classical music, Mozart and all that, so playing Yanni and all that, and I'm a big Pearl Jam fan, if anybody knows, so I hear exactly what you're saying. The whole real industry, really, now I love it. I love every genre, it's crazy. But I was like, I never played this in my car, country, or to be honest with you, I do love disco, but I had to learn to get it in my, it's in there now, but if you want to know what I'm listening to in my car, it's Pearl Jam all day, so, but I'm playing hip hop and country, so. That answers that, right?
All right. This question is for James, Tibbs, and Stardust. What's the most important piece of tech you have?
All of it. I mean, at one wire, you don't have one wire that could ruin everything. So I really feel like you gotta go through all your stuff before you leave, and every little component is important.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably say my most important piece of gear is my surge protector, actually. I didn't have a surge protector one show, and I started smelling the same thing Zeus was, and I'm like, that's the last time I ever plugged my thing into a wall. I never checked before.
For me, you see this thing right here? This is my baby right here. This is my baby right here, because this is what we love, these mixers, and these things are pretty damn expensive, excuse my language today. We used to buy, the Gemini mixer or whatever, we paid $100. This thing almost cost me $2,000 right here. So when I come home, I make sure it's still in the house and everything. This is my baby right here. So yeah, this is my most important piece.
All right. Gene. Okay, this is a good one. Do you appreciate music more now that you are a DJ?
Absolutely. I've DJed up and down the East Coast, and the most amazing thing, every time I go to a wedding, I'm getting requests from the guests, and they're giving me songs I've never heard of or never played. Actually, this happened to me last weekend. I played some song, We Can't Stop the Fire, We Can't Stop the Fire.
There you go.
I mean, listen, I've never played it before. We didn't start the fire. And so I've never played the song before, and I've heard it before. I just never played it, and it just, everybody, all the guests got up, they started dancing, and that's the thing about weddings. Typically, the couple will give you certain songs that they want to hear and certain songs they don't want to hear. So that's how my music list really grew, and I started to fall in love with music even more, is because, you're doing all these weddings, all different types of genres, from country to hip hop to R&B to bluegrass. I'm not a bluegrass DJ, I'm just saying. But you just gain an appreciation for the music as your career starts to build.
All right, Stephanie. Most influential person in your DJ career?
Ooh, God, that puts me on the spot a little bit.
That's what we do here.
I don't know. That's so hard. I guess I had one DJ that I asked him to be my mentor because of his scratching skills, and I would follow it, like you were saying, go to the gigs and watch them and see what they were doing. And his name is DJ KG, and I would follow him, and he would mentor me. And so I went over and I learned how to. I tried to learn how to scratch, and I must have went for like 4 or 5 sessions. But he was teaching me on his turntables, and I was going home and trying to practice on my controller. So that was kind of not the best way to do it. But actually, sometimes when he was DJing, I couldn't even eat. I was like so wrapped up in every transition, every song choice, every different scratch he did. So I guess DJ KG's on the radio and he does a lot of clubs in Connecticut. So I guess he's probably like, if I could be a male DJ, I might want to be him.
Okay. This one is for Tibbs and Dolce. Your first major purchase for DJing. Your first major purchase. Like you said, today I want to be a DJ. What's the first thing you went out and bought?
I guess, and at that time I have them all still in my basement. All my original stuff. Passive. Trying to think of the brand. Speakers, and I got a Wharfdale, if you remember that brand. Amp, which was the biggest purchase I made at the time. Because you needed a separate amplifier, because you were saying to educate you on the passive speakers that were like, they come from the floors about here, made with real wood. They're in my basement still. That was the biggest purchase I ever made, was the amp and those 2 speakers. Okay. Took all the money I had left in my account, probably called my grandma for a couple extra $100, but that was it.
Mine was probably, when I realized I was getting serious about it, I bought my MacBook Pro, which was every penny I had. It was like $2,400 and it was still used anyway, so that was my biggest purchase so far.
Okay. And a last question, and you guys can all go through this one. How important is the balance of knowing what's hot right now and what was hot back then? And I'm talking about like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. What was hot at the beginning of 2019, at the beginning of 2018, as opposed to what is rocking right now, which was, whether it's on the charts, on the radio, in the clubs. How important is that balance? Across the board, go ahead.
Very, but you take it away. It's very important.
Yes, all that's important because you don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know where you're gonna be. Like he said, he didn't know he was gonna wind up playing. Can't Stop the Fire by Billy Joel. So
we never gonna let that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you tomorrow about that. Talk to you about it. But you just never know what. So you need everything. Like for example, like this past weekend, for some reason, the clubs that I was DJing, Whitney Houston was just like that girl for the whole night. I love her, don't get me wrong, but everybody was just like, you got make your little Whitney Houston. I was like, okay, I played one, you got another one? But everybody erupted, like, I was like, is this her birthday or something? Or is she back? Is she back? But no, so all that's important, and like you said, going all the way to the 40s and the 50s, because you guys are wedding DJs too. So, you're gonna get that Frank Sinatra. You need to know the hits that he made, have a couple of extras. So everything is important from then to now. You got to dance to it too?
This is the theme. This is the theme of this one. Go ahead, G.
So I'm gonna take it away. So that's a great question, Zeus, because being a club DJ is different than being a wedding DJ. As a club DJ, you absolutely, positively have to be up on the latest hits. If I'm at a wedding and I drop a new song, okay, that might rock in the club, it's not gonna rock at the wedding because they don't know the song, right? So at weddings, you have from little kids, so I'm playing Baby Shark, okay, to Little Baby, okay? Is that his name, Little Baby?
Yeah.
The baby, I'm sorry. See? You see? Okay? And so, at a wedding, you have to know, people want to dance to music that they know at weddings. Okay? So you have to play familiar music. But honestly, being a professional DJ, you have to listen to music all day long. I've got Spotify, I've got Pandora, I've got iTunes Music while I'm working out, while I'm in the shower, while I'm driving, whatever I'm doing, I'm always listening to music. And I create my playlist, right? So I might hear a song, I'm like, oh, you know what, that would be good for the ceremony. Would that be good for the reception? Or, you know, I'm just always creating playlists. So, great question, Jesus.
I also want to say something on that note too, because not only us knowing what's hot, what we need to know from the past, as a DJ, we also break records. So that's our job. So I might have the new Cardi B record that's not on the radio yet. When you see me in a club and I'm playing that, you're like, is that Cardi? Yes. It's not out. It's not out yet. So, you know, that gives us, you know, we're the ones who help push that record forward. And that's what we're supposed to do too. So although you pushed, we didn't start the fire, I might have, no, I'm not being funny. I might have flipped the record over and like the other side better. And I pushed that side. You see what I'm saying?
That's how Madonna got her start.
There you go. That's how we do. We push these records as well.
I'm so glad you said that, because DJs, our job is really tastemakers. That's how DJ, I don't want to say that's how it got started, but the record companies, they come to the DJs and they say, here's my artist, play the record, right? Even if you're on the radio, you're a DJ, okay? DJs even break records on the radio, so.
And that's something that I want to touch on what Gene was saying is, you know, we're listening to music all day long, and, you know, I don't necessarily like the song every time, but I still got to listen to it all the way through, because you got to know different parts of the song and what it does in different areas. So there's a song that I may listen to the whole thing and not use the first minute and a half of it, but I'll use something in the end of it because it just hits just the right way. So, and doing something with new music that just came out like today and something that came out 20, 30 years ago is a great way to stay fresh and new too. If you're going to clubs and doing something, throwing different things together from different times is just a great way to keep it fresh and, you know, ways for people to not have heard your things before.
I listen to XM in the car, so whatever's on XM, I know they're playing all the top hits on the top 40 station, the 80s, 90s, and today, and then I can get into the EDM station. So when I'm in the car, that's when I do the most of my homework, but also those DJ pools I'm a member of when I'm downloading all those tracks on a weekly basis. I have to go through and figure out which ones I really want to play, which ones I like the most, which ones might be good for, like, you know, beginning of the night, middle of the night, end of the night, and then of course finding the right remixes and just seeing like what I like, because I know if I like it and I can jam and I'm having a good time playing it, then hopefully the crowd is going to jam with me. And there's a lot of stuff I don't particularly like either that I have to play. I mean, Baby Shark is probably just like cringy at this point for most of us, because it's just every time we leave the house we got to play some of these songs. But I find a problem that I have is people love certain songs, but I'm over them. So when Don't Stop Believin' comes on, everyone in the audience is going nuts, and I'm over here like, oh God, one more time, I can't take it. So, I mean, I have to get over the fact that I hate songs that I know are going to be big crowd pleasers, and just go ahead and give the crowd what they want, because it's, although sometimes it's about us, a lot of the times it's just really not.
I agree with what they're saying.
How do you find your music? How do you find your music? I think that was the question.
All right.
I agree. I'm in a pool as well, and just my collect. See, for digital, when I went completely digital, I imported every single CD I own by hand, which I'm sure we all already did, and I've got hundreds of CDs and crates in my basement. So all my backup equipment is just tucked away in a nice, safe place.